AJ,
well done. Yes,
I
sir.
think you could spit a little bath. We give you a couple words.
Maybe
2 words, not
I like
4.
to blow my trumpet and that, do you know what I mean? In my last fight, I had to watch my weight. I'm eating too much, even though I'm a heavyweight.
Yay!
I'm on time and I'm never ever late. I'm hustling hard so I can go on and be a great. In JD, chilling with my mates. I stay low key, never ever moving bait. Keep it calm, ring the alarm. Man chat, get slapped with my palm.
All right, Hey! Oh! AJ!
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold a record with pay-per-view.
My job, I know my job, I know my situation. I want to fight. Production. But it's gonna be very difficult for both of us.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nesta Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO, hashtag TBV Podcast. We are back with another afternoon edition of the Boxing Voice Radio, bringing you some breaking news. Just announced the Wilder Fury undercard, released all the details, who's going to be on it. Do you like it? Thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you really like this? I mean, we'll give you all the details. I'm going to wait to give you all that after I introduce my man in Indiana, hailing from the Rock.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. 2 to stand over. Turn up. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yiggity, yo, what's up, baby? We back with another one. Hey, the undercards, it's about time they get released, you know what I'm saying? We got a Hurd on there. We got Ortiz on there. I mean, I like those two guys, but maybe the matchup is not what I wanted, but maybe it was to be expected, though. So let's go ahead and get into it, and let's see what Ness feels about the undercard.
I mean, what do you mean by expected, though?
I mean, to be expected because Hurd is coming off an injury. Mm-hmm. And they still want to preserve that Ortiz rematch. So, I mean, it would make sense to put him in there with Dillian White because it's like a final eliminator for AJ. But to put him in there tough on a Wilder card, plus like the money.
He tried to get in there tough with Dillian White, right? He offered Dillian White an opportunity to be on this undercard, which would have strengthened it a whole lot more as the co-main event. Obviously, for Dillian White, it doesn't make any sense. For Dillian White, for me, it made perfect sense. You're not known stateside. We don't know you. You might be a draw over there. You're doing pay-per-view over there, and that's great. But at the end of the day, all UK fighters want to come to the Mecca of boxing. An opportunity at a common opponent with Deontay Wilder, a guy who he's been begging for a fight with. This is the way. It's no different than when the world, and I mean the UK world, was telling Deontay, hey, you should fight Dillian for a shot at AJ. Well, then it's no different here. Hey, you should fight Lewis for a shot at AJ. And literally that's what Wilder told Dillian White. Now, you know, Ortiz couldn't get Dillian to agree to December 1st on the Wilder undercard, offered his services for the December 22nd card, and no contract was ever sent. So he's here with Travis Kauffman, a southpaw, right? Is he a southpaw? Doesn't matter.
I don't think he's a southpaw. I think Kaufman is a orthodox. Remember when we were at the Wilder camp, Coffee's trainer was like, hey, he's going down to see Kaufman to prepare for a southpaw?
Definitely.
Okay. All right. But going back to this real quick, I think the Dillian White thing, I think it was more of an Eddie Hearn thing, just trying to preserve the April date with a opponent date that he pretty much already knows that going to be there. White will probably be fighting Chisora on the 22nd. Now, I wish that the White Ortiz fight could have happened because that like it kind of condenses the heavyweight division because like there's no more talk about who's outside of the champions who's the best. Like the winner between Dillian White and Ortiz, in my opinion, outside of the champions, is the best heavyweight contender. So that fight would have been good, but we got Kaufman.
We got Kauffman. That's what we got. And we have Jason Welborn, a guy that I know nothing about. I received some tape on him a couple of days ago. He has 2 fights with Tommy Langford. Another guy that I know nothing about. I think
whoa. Did he win both of those fights?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah, but they were both close.
Okay.
So I hear. And I believe Langford is a guy that had a fight with Chris Eubank, possibly, maybe. No.
Chris Eubank pulled out. He had a fight with Aventel Kurdice, and Kurdice knocked his ass out like the 6th round.
Yo, but how funny is Jason Welborn? Like instead of Jason Bourne and shit's like Welborn.
27-6, I think. I mean,
listen. The truth is, because we got some people that are hating on this, but look, the truth is
24-6.
Excuse me?
24-6. I'm sorry.
With 7 KOs is Jason Welborn. He will be the opponent of Jarrett Hurd. Now, it's not official yet, Mike, unless you can tell me, unless you got something out there. But I don't think it's official that the titles are on the line, which is rightfully so. This for Jarrett Hurd isn't a stay busy fight. This is a test the waters fight. Jarrett Hurd is coming back off of a shoulder injury, having recently injured his shoulder before and during the Islandri Lara fight, and he received surgery to repair that torn rotator cuff, which obviously was, before and after the Lara fight. So, like, he's coming back. He doesn't know how good the shoulder is. I know some people like to say that's what sparring for, that's what training camp is for, but you're not going to throw your right hand full blast or whatever arm, left or right, that be injured, full blast in sparring, and then have to pull out of a fight that you're signed for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get that check.
But hold on. At some point, you got to have some level of confidence in that shoulder. I'm gonna take it back to like a basketball or football thing. I know it's not boxing, but anytime that I had an injury or like an elbow or something like that, I always made sure that my shit was stand up in a real game. I mean, I wasn't going hard in practice, but it was points that I chose to go hard just to see will it hold up. And I think Hurd should maybe consider that. I mean, he has a good doctor. He has all the right things in place. Today he was at some chiropractic thing, so I'm pretty sure he knows what he's doing. But at the same time, you should test it a little bit before you get back in the ring.
Absolutely. And how long has he been out the ring? Because I got comment section saying Boxing Voice, Baloma's coming off a surgery injury. And what that means for my casual listeners is that Vasil Lomachenko was coming off of a injury as well, and he's going into a
same injury. I think it's like the same injury too, like the rotator cuff.
I think when you should be Googling, but he's going straight into a unification with Jose Pedraza. What I will say is Jason Welborn is not Jose Pedraza. Pedraza is more accomplished, 2-time champion, 2-division champion. But Pedraza's not the elite of the division.
Oh, never mind. Loma suffered a torn labrum, and Jarrett had a rotator cuff.
Yeah, torn rotator cuff. So, it's a little different. I don't know the severity of the differences. That would be up to, all you YouTube doctors and podcast doctors. The point is he has an injury. This is a comeback fight, and they believe in his stardom, so they put him on the undercard to receive some residual effect. Also on the undercard, we spoke.
Heard, he hasn't been in the ring since April.
All right, so that's even faster comeback than Loma. You know, April, and we're already talking December, 12th month. We're talking.
No, Loma fought. Didn't he fight?
Didn't Loma fight last year?
No, he fought this year. He fought like in May or something, like in.
Oh, Linares, right?
Yeah. He got hurt. Now he's coming back. Yeah.
I can't even remember that fight. That's how whack it was.
It was whack. Never mind.
I mean, whack in the sense that we knew what was going to happen. Like, just like Pedraza, you know, Lomachenko. We know
that Linares was going to knock Lomachenko down. I didn't see that coming.
Here you go with your fucking last full shit.
Watch the fight because shit happens.
Man, shit ain't happening enough. I see that. And it ain't going to happen on the AV either, but whatever. Neither here nor there. Luis Ortiz, Travis Kaufman. When I think of Travis Kaufman, the only thing I can remember his biggest fight is with Chris Arreola, which I believe he lost.
Go ahead, keep talking, and I'll look it up.
All right, so I believe he lost to Chris Arreola, but he's coming in. He's going to be facing the southpaw, the Cuban, Luis Ortiz. Remember, we are invited to this camp, so we're looking forward to our, present patrons and future patrons to give us that push necessary so that we can visit the camp of Luis Ortiz, who's sharing his camp with Carlos Negron, who's going to be taking on Dominic Brazil December 22nd. So he's getting some sparring.
The Travis Kaufman, Chris Arreola came out to a no decision.
Oh, lucky for Kaufman then. So what's Kaufman's biggest name on the resume? Send me that link right here in the YouTube chat, and in this one right here.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, for Luis Ortiz, this is stay busy. This is shine. You're on a pay-per-view undercard and it's supposed to be big. Leave it up to everyone. It's supposed to be big. So you want to shine. Kaufman might be the guy that can do that. That he can do that versus Kaufman, not the fastest man in the heavyweight division. Doesn't have the best looking body in the heavyweight division, but we've seen Luis Ortiz kind of fight to the level of his opposition in the past. You know what I mean? Not necessarily look as good as he looked his last time out, and we're chalking that up to because of the level of opposition. But what do you think Travis Kaufman brings to the table? You think it's simply, like I said, showcase for Luis Ortiz, an opportunity to look good and kind of, what do you say, make a case for the rematch versus he and Deontay Wilder?
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Travis Kaufman lost to Amir Mansour. I just think that this is pretty much a exhibition for Luis. I mean, I think it's meant for him to look good. It's not like a high level opponent, but it's opponent to a casual fan when they see his record 32-2. I'm like, oh, okay, he's not too bad. I mean, he probably give him a fight, but we know that Ortiz is a level, levels above Travis Kaufman, and I just feel like stay busy, fight, keep him in the eye of the public, and make sure that he is still a viable option for Deontay Wilder after this fight.
Let's hope he doesn't shit the bed, though. You know what I mean? Like you said, this is a showcase. He's supposed to look good, but can he? Will he? Because again, he hasn't in the past when given the opportunities. We thought he was going to look great versus Scott. Malik Scott didn't. We thought he was going to look great versus the very inexperienced at that time Dave Allen. He didn't, and a few others, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But listen, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. It lets me and Mike and the rest of the TBV crew know and understand that this is the type of content you want, that you will enjoy these midday shows and spontaneous shows. So tell a friend to subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we're about 9 subscribers away from 89,000. I'm hitting the refresh right now, live as I speak with you guys. Let's get a drum roll. Let's get a drum roll. Come on. Where's the drum roll at? Oh, boy. Talk about drop the ball here. It's just so many sound bites. Sometimes I lose track of them. I don't know where they're at. So now I'm really trying to buy time, and I don't find the drum roll. whatever. Just call me Drop the Ball Ness. So no drum roll, whatever. We got 88,998 subscribers. We need 2 more people. 2 more people to sign up. Subscribe to youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice.
Look here, man. Go get on your
89,000 right now.
Go get on your kids' account, your wife account, your mistress account, and just add the boxing voice. That's all you got to do. Just go ahead and add us real quick.
All right. So on the rest of the undercard, we got Joyce, the UK Olympian who is in camp with Tyson Fury for the Wilder fight, is taking on Joe Hanks. Now, this was scheduled to be, or rumored to be, Gerald Washington. All headlines point to Washington pulling out of this fight, not accepting it, should I say. Mike, I'll say I'm happy for Washington. I said it from the beginning, the minute I seen the Juggernaut, a.k.a. Joyce, attacking, coming at Gerald Washington on social media, telling him that he should, get this fight or sign for this fight. And I feel like, you know what? Washington deserves to rebuild. Khan has rebuilt. Pacquiao has rebuilt. And yes, those names are bigger, but everyone deserves to rebuild, especially in this new boxing landscape where the C, B, and A fighters are all getting second chances. That being said, Joe Hanks is a common opponent with
Andy Ruiz
Jr., who faced and defeated Andy Ruiz, who he faced and defeated Joe Hanks a couple of years ago. Joe Hanks is a Newark, New Jersey heavyweight. So shout out to my hometown. Shout out to Shakur Stevens. But I'm not backing Joe Hanks. He's been in that division for like 10 years, just kind of laying low, never really had any television fights. His only thing on TV might have been that Andy Ruiz. I mean, he's just like really not taking this serious, in my opinion. I actually think this is a step back for Joyce. I don't think Joyce gets any shine off of this or a tick in ranking. Maybe because he has so few fights, Joyce is, maybe he does technically move up in the ranking. But as far as for hardcore fans and even casuals, no one knows or cares that he's going to fight Joe Hanks.
Joe Hanks is coming off TKO victory over Terrence Marlborough in September. But real quick, I wanted to ask you, who you think Joyce's biggest win is? Lenroy?
I mean, yeah, it got to be Lenroy Thomas, and Lenroy Thomas gets all his credit for a big win, which how big is it when you're beating a 10 fight prospect in Dave Allen with no true amateur background? Dave Allen is what you call an overachiever, a hard-nosed, blue-collar guy, but let's be honest, he ain't supposed to be here, not with his style. He just got moxie. So Lenroy goes in and beats Dave Allen convincingly. Joyce goes in and beats Lenroy convincingly. I mean, that's about it, though. He's still waiting to make his mark.
Do you think Joe Hanks is on the level of a Lenroy Thomas? You know him better than most.
On paper, no.
Okay.
Well, who knows, right? Lenroy has been known to have a suspect chin. Got knocked out in the Bucksino tournament when he used to be trained by Keith Thurman's trainer a couple years ago. Same tournament that Brandon Adams was in, who you interviewed yesterday or today. So yeah, you just never know. It's like you said a couple of minutes ago about another fight. Sometimes these fights have to play out because you never know what happens. But I want to believe that Lenroy is better than Joe Hanks. I've never heard Joe Hanks be in the Anthony Joshua camp for sparring. I never heard Joe Hanks be in the Deontay Wilder camp for sparring. And we at least know that Lenroy took it that serious where he was in those two camps on multiple occasions, where he's been trained by an elite level trainer in Keith Thurman's trainer. Oh my God, his name is slipping my mind. Oh my God, don't help me. Oh my God, what's his name? Dan Birmingham. And then he also turned around and got trained by another elite level trainer in Ken Porter, father trainer of Sean Porter. So yeah, I mean, Joe Joyce showcase, in my opinion.
Showcase. Okay.
You know what? It's a heavyweight pay-per-view. You got two heavyweights on the undercard. You want them to look like possible opponents. You're trying to make a path for Deontay Wilder, not name Anthony Joshua, because those negotiations seem to be sticky. Now, speaking of sticky and icky and mucky, here's where it gets a little ugly. Isaac Lowe versus Christopher Palma. Never heard of either of these dudes. Don't even know where they're from, what division. I know nothing here.
And I doubt if the Chris Arreola is not going to be televised, these guys not going to be televised either.
Exactly. And you know, Chris Arreola should be televised on some shape or form. And this is what I mean. You know, I spoke to the vice president of Heyman Boxing, Tim Smith. You hear him say, oh my God, but we've been doing this. But this is what I'm saying. Oh, have you? Have you? Meanwhile, reports are coming out that Arreola is not being televised. That should not be written up that way. It should say Arreola's will not be on the Showtime telecast. He will be on Showtime's YouTube stream, Showtime Anytime app. Like, give us the fucking details. Don't lead us into the dark, because as far as we're concerned, Arreola, we can't see him. If he was on DAZN, we would fucking see him. If he was on ESPN3, we would fucking see him. Step your shit up. You letting the competition step all over your ass. And I want to see it. I want to see it. I don't give a fuck what nobody in the chat saying about Arreola. I want to see all my boxing. I'm going to fucking pay for the card, right? Give me all that shit. Okay, Mike.
Oh, my God. And nigga said, I'm prepared for the card, right? You know, all that shit. Chris Arreola, so we don't know who he's fighting? It's
to be announced. To be announced.
Let's play matchmaker. Who do you think?
Arreola got a no contest with Kauffman. You would have told. I thought he beat him. You see what I'm saying? You had to correct me. So if he can't beat Kauffman, and that was when he was a little semi-active, right now coming off of layoff, probably a bunch of tacos and ice cream and family time, he just needs, you know, something on the level of a Fred Kessie or Derek Harper or whatever that kid, Curtis Harper, but even less than that.
Derek Rossi?
I just no, not even Derek Rossi. You crazy? Derek Rossi's tough.
He beat Joe Hanks.
All right, that's what I'm saying. See, Derek Rossi beat Joe Hanks.
Yeah, he beat him by I think.
Now this is what I'm saying. If Joe Joyce don't shine, he's trash.
Yeah, beat him by a majority.
Now look, don't count Derek Rossi out, because I'm saying that because remember, Derek Rossi is the same guy that dropped Stavern on the off.
Yep.
Derek Rossi is, you know, he's a tough New York guy. You know what I'm saying? He's got I don't know what he's got.
He's one of those guys to where you got to earn your victory. And he just ain't gonna lay down for you. He ain't gonna lay down for you.
So Isaac Lowe puts his unbeaten record on the line versus Christian Palma. But again,
Isaac Lowe though, let me look him up.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, look, he's a professional boxer, and he is undefeated. He's obviously from the UK. He defeated somebody named Marco McCullough for the Commonwealth featherweight title. So he's a featherweight.
You 15-0, 5 KOs.
Featherweight guy, featherweight being 126. 126, he's ranked 41 in the world. How'd he get on this undercard? I don't know. This must be a Frank Warren fighter, and this is one of part of the deal. You know, it's like, yo, we doing this pay-per-view together. Let me get one of my guys some TV time. But Isaac Lowe is in Leo Santa Cruz, Gary Russell, Carl Frampton, Oscar Valdez, Abner Mars, Josh Warrington, Lee Selsby, and Joseph Diaz Jr.'s division.
And here
Donaire is also in that division and will be fighting on the World Boxing Super Series. And Kid Galahad just won a title in that division on DAZN.
And here's where it pays to it's not what you know, it's who you know. Isaac Lowe is good friends with Tyson Fury, a coach.
Yeah, he's in camp with
Rob. Yeah, so not all the time. It's not how good you are; it's maybe who you know. And
I mean, that sounds like another guy we're going to talk about on the undercard, Marcellus Wilder, who really is unknown, but he's getting on this card because of who you know.
And real quick, Isaac Lowe has a draw with Ryan Walsh, another one of Frank Warren's featherweights that I remember.
All right. So again, like Mike said, not all the time about, you know, what you know, but who you know.
Yeah, I mean, go right to Marcellus. I mean, the brother of Deontay Wilder. I mean, unknown, but he's his little brother. So I mean, he gets perks and stuff that maybe a fighter who is 2-0 wouldn't necessarily get.
Yeah. Now let's just hope the Showtime stops lying and actually uses their app and puts him on the app.
Please,
so that we can see him fight.
Put everything on the fucking app.
If not, then we can't see him fight. So shout out to the two people that subscribe to the YouTube channel right now at youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice. You've helped us achieve 89,000 YouTube subscribers. So on a Halloween
day, on a Wednesday, you know what I'm talking about?
Shout out to you guys. You continue to love us.
Yes!
Show us nothing but the best.
Yes!
We appreciate it.
Let's go, Eddie. I'm ready.
We are ready. We are ready. Eddie, speaking of Eddie, I spoke to spoke to my good old pal Eddie Hearn today.
What?
Yeah.
Did you record it?
No, of course not.
You pussy.
Yeah, call me puss.
I'm just
so Isaac Lowe, you get on here. Arreola's on here versus the dreaded TBA. Hugo Centeno, after being knocked out, but Jamal Charlo is being brought back versus the dreaded TBA. Those TBAs always nasty. Centeno needed this. Now this is his second knockout. And again, he's being allowed to rebuild. So let's see what happens to Centeno now being knocked out, I believe, at 54 and at 60. And like we said, Marcellus Wilder also on the undercard versus the same dreaded TBA. Mike, any final thoughts on the Wilder Fury undercard and their announcement of it?
I'm not overly excited for the card, but I am overly excited for the main event. And anytime you get two people making this kind of money, then you know that the card might suffer. And this is kind of what we got. But I'm glad to see Jarrett Hurd back in the ring, coming off an injury. I want to see how he looks before he tries to unify with Jamel Charlo. Also, I want to see Luis Ortiz and I want to see him stay active because I don't want him to the older you get and the longer you take off, the bigger issue you may have. So as long as you keep him active and keep him fighting and getting him fights and just having him for either Wilder or White or Joshua is tremendous, or even Fury. You know what I'm saying? But that's a slim possibility. But overall, the card, I'm ready for it. December 1st, I will be in LA. So hey, yeah. Shout out to them. Follow me on Twitter at Gross2312 or on IG at Gross1911. While this is doing that, you guys can go over to the Patreon page / ThaBoxingVoice and sign up and help us out that way. Or you can go to ThaBoxingVoice.com/affiliate sponsors and click on the hyperlink, which is at Amazon, and take you right to Amazon. And then you can go out and do like your normal shopping, and whatever you buy doesn't have to affect us at all, but we do get like a little kickback. So
you mean doesn't affect them at all?
Yeah, don't affect them at all.
Us a little kickback. So when you do your shopping by heading over to ThaBoxingVoice.com/affiliate sponsors, you click on that Amazon link and you do your shopping. You can bookmark it, save it, guys, save it, because then it's just like, a reoccurring thing. And look, right now I'm ready to go. I haven't gone to Luis Ortiz or Wilder or the Charlotte, because who the fuck wants to do that alone? So I need a road dog. My boy Rob in the UK is scared shitless. We need Rob to take a month off, and I'm going to go fucking out there for a whole month, and it's going to be a UK takeover. I'm telling you. He don't want that sauce. I'm telling you. I'm ready. I'm ready, Eddie. I'm ready. But anyway, I'm your host, Nesta Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Arrivederci. Do say peace. Goodbye.